TFA fam, welcome back in. It is the Sunday edition of the Start Sit Show. We already have some comments rolling into the comment section. As always, please hit us with a like and a sub if you are new here. But first, let's jump into the Week 4 injury report. Some inactives and doubtfuls for the week. Austin Eckler, Jawan Jennings. Justice Hill should not be on that list. That is a carryover from last week. That's my bad. But Odell, Jimmy G, Barkley, Bateman, Burks, and then one we just got in a couple minutes ago is Deshaun Watson has been rolled out. So rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson will be taking over. David Njoku, I haven't seen anything on him yet. Apparently, he suffered some burns. They're going to see if he can wear a helmet apparently before the game because I guess he does have some burns to his face. So that's like the only questionable that stood out. And then actives and expected, Derek Carr, even though he had that AC sprain last week, he's going to go. Miles Sanders should be good. Debo, Marquise Brown, Justice Hill is active, so he should be on this active list, not the inactive. Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Ayuk, and D-Hop. There were some defensive players that are going to be out or doubtful, especially on the Chargers side. Derwin James and Joey Bosa. That should make life easier for whoever it is at quarterback for the Raiders. So, Maddie, let's jump into it. First one comes in from Mike Arts. Zay Flowers or Tutu Atwell?
Tutu. You're gonna get a lot of Rams love from me today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tutu here as well. I don't know. With the way this is setting up for the Ravens, a ton of injuries on both sides of the ball. I mean, it should make it better for Zay that he's just going to be receive a boatload of targets. But the issue is that they don't run him in the slot a ton, and Denzel Ward is legit. So I'm going to go 2-2 there with you as well. Debro, PPR need to fill some gaps. One wide receiver, one flex. Looking at Ramondre, Lockett, Nico, and Thielen. So interesting group here.
Ooh. Let's go. Who's Seattle playing again? They're the night game, one of the nights, aren't they?
That's so bad with look at all these matchups and then
I know I've got main slate ingrained in my head. I don't.
But Giants.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Lockett and Nico.
It's definitely not. I'm not going Ramondre with this group of wide receivers. I wish Andy Dalton for a quarterback instead of Bryce Young. I would like Thielen a ton in this spot. Man. Yeah, I'll go Lockett and Nico as well. But Thielen is really interesting. Oh, here we go. Another Thielen question. This one coming from Will. Thielen Achane, right?
Achane.
I'm going to keep fucking this up for a couple of weeks. Thielen, Achane, Pacheco, Palmer, PPR. I will go Thielen here.
I think in this one I'm going Thielen. I think he slightly edges out Achane in that one. Achane's supposed to get a little more work, but what does that mean? You know, because I mean they're not just going to bench Mostert. Mostert has smashed 2 weeks in a row, and so like okay, Mostert goes from like a 70-30 split to 60-40 or 50-50. Like I don't know, and they're playing the Bills, so they're not scoring 70 points on Buffalo. So
yeah. Alexis Watson's not playing. Do I still start a Cooper or D-Hop, Ayuk, or Jeudy?
I like Ayuk. I do like Jeudy as well. Chicago is really bad.
Yeah. The thing that worries me about with the Broncos is just like I have a hard time nailing down where all those targets are going to go, and if they jump out to a lead, I think this could be a Javonte Williams game. I think I've been saying that for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, but I really feel like this one could be Javonte. So I'll ride with you. I'm going to go Ayuk here as well. It's so weird to me with Debo having both of those injuries, DMPs all week, and now he's expected to play. I think we could see his role at least reduced, and that's going to be better for Ayuk.
I agree.
Aiden, Pittman, Ayuk, Cook, Cooper, full PPR. We need 2.
Ayuk and Pittman.
I'm going to go Pittman and James Cook on this one.
Yeah, I'm good with any of those three, just not Amari.
Just not Amari is the right answer. Rashid Rice or DK. We're going to be DK Metcalf on that one. Texans or Bucks D. We're going to go Bucks D on that one. Brunel rocking with us. Appreciate you joining once again. Freiermuth or Goddard.
Oh, man. So Goddard caught a touchdown both games versus Washington last year. Freiermuth against Houston. I mean, flip a coin. I'll go Goddard.
Yeah, I'll go Goddard.
It's a better offense. It's a better offense.
Yeah, I'd rather trust Jalen Hurts. And Brunel said also traded Jamar Chase for Jacobs and Waddle. So Gibbs at RB2, Cook at RB1 with BA and flex. Between Cook and BA, who should I bench for Jacobs?
Oh man, I don't know. What do you think there? You definitely want to play Jacobs this week against the Chargers.
I probably bench Ayuk.
Yeah,
we've seen before. Especially week 1 when Eckler and Josh Kelly went off, that the Dolphins are completely fine with letting you run on them. And now James Cook is starting to get into a little bit of a groove. He's had back-to-back 2 really solid weeks. So I think James Cook is a really solid play this week. So I'll just bench Ayuk here. And also, we could see a scenario where Purdy drops back 22 times in this game. You know what I mean? Ayuk goes 4 for 50, doesn't find the end zone. You know what I mean? So the uses with Jacobs is just too strong. And like you said, the matchup is fantastic for him. So I'm going to bench Ayuk.
I'm good with it. I'd probably play Ayuk, but James Cook is absolutely in play.
Palmer or Rashid Rice?
Palmer.
Yeah, I think it's just too hard to trust Rashid Rice right now.
Yeah, they got too many guys.
Tua or Burrow?
Tua.
Yeah, flip a coin on that one. But Tua is just playing too well right now.
Yeah, and that Buffalo Miami's highest total game of the week, 53.5. And it's only like a 3-point spread, so I think it's less than 3. I think it's 2.5.
Chargers or Bills?
Chargers.
Yeah, I mean,
against a rookie quarterback making his first start.
Yeah. Jacob Vaughn got to fill a super flex spot. O'Connell, DTR, Connor, or Flowers in a half PPR.
O'Connell.
Has he been verified as the starter? Did he get the nod?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was like the number 1 PFF rated passer in preseason.
Yeah, good. DTR was solid too. I will ride with you on O'Connell. Just a better matchup in general going up against.
And he's got really good weapons too. All you have to do is feed it to Devontae and Jacobs and Jacoby. You know.
Yeah. Lewis. I don't know why I said Luis there. Lewis. Wilson, Jones, or Carr. I have Kamara.
Wilson.
Yeah, give me Russ. Give me Russ this week. He's been playing well. It's been kind of been the defense that's been letting them down, which is obviously not the case last year. Another one here from Jacob. Ayuk or Flowers full PPR?
Ayuk.
I'm going to go Ayuk as well. Puka or DK in the flex?
Puka.
Yeah. Let's go Puka there. Sanders or
Achane.
Miami Dolphins second RB. I was like I couldn't move off of Mims, and I was like, why is he saying Dolphins with Mims? Okay. Thank you for pulling me out of that one. Because if I would just would have read the rest of that, I guess I should have gotten that, but I just got completely stuck on that. I'm gonna go Sanders.
Sanders for me as well.
He has a good matchup. should be good to go. It's like you were talking about with Achan. It's who knows what that really means, and to try and project that he gets 200 total yards and 4 touchdowns again is not something that we're typically going to chase. Zay Flowers or Tutu.
2-2.
You go Tutu as well. Big Truz rocking with us. Good to see Truz in here. Lamar or Richardson?
Rich.
Richardson for me as well. Tutu, Cortland, Achan, Brees.
2-2 if picking 1, 2-2 in Cortland if picking 2.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And then Jacobs, Kamara, or Rashad?
Jacobs
for me as well. Ronnie rocking with us with Watson out. Pick 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Cooper, Higgins, Addison, Thomas, Pacheco, or Gus Bus?
Definitely Higgins.
Yep.
I'd play Addison as well.
Yep.
Man, Carr is playing, which kind of he's playing through a shoulder injury, which I guess could benefit Michael Thomas if he's not throwing the ball down the field. So let's go MT, and then we need a flex. I don't really want to play Pacheco against the Jets. So, I mean, I feel like you kind of have to just play Amari and hope.
Yeah, I'm good with Amari. Like I said, DTR played well in the preseason. I think Humphrey is going to be out again, so that secondary for the Ravens is still pretty banged up. So let's just go with the 4 wide receivers there. Trance, Dell or Mike Evans?
Tank Dell, which is
Tank
weird
Dell,
to
baby.
say.
Let's go. Same team, Dell or Godwin?
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. Noel, start 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Thielen, Tutu, Jacoby, Ford, Roschon in a half PPR.
Definitely 2-2, and then probably, man, if Jimmy G was playing, I'd say Jacoby.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Thielen.
Yeah, Thielen. 2-2 and Thielen.
The results weren't there for Thielen, but he, like week 1 with Bryce, he still had 12 targets. Now he only had 2 catches, but this Vikings defense is just garbage. Then you have the revenge game narrative woven into that as well. So I'm gonna go Thielen then. But I'm with you. If it was Carr, I'd probably lean Jacoby on that one. 1 wide receiver, 1 flex here for Noel. Elijah Moore, Josh Palmer, Jerome Ford, Dotson, and JSN. This one is a full PPR.
Palmer, Dotson.
I'm going to go Palmer and Jerome Ford, just for the volume that he's going to see. And somehow Kareem Hunt was already on the injury report this week.
Oh God!
So, I mean, I think he's going to be good to go, but it was like ribs and groin, or like knee and groin, or something like that. So, it's just hard to pass up the involvement that Ford is going to see, and they're using him as a pass catcher as well. Tampa, Denver, Seahawks, Pats, or Texans defense? I'm gonna go Tampa.
Yeah, I was thinking Denver, but against Chicago. But man, Denver's defense is awful.
Yeah. And would you draw Fields or Sutton for a defense?
No.
I'm thinking Noel has to. I'm assuming if we're getting this defense question. So if you have to drop someone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord.
I would probably drop Sutton of those. Because if Fields figures it out, right? Like he's definitely somebody you want to have on your team, and it would be this week. So if you drop Fields, you will not get him back next week if he goes off.
Yeah, so I guess it would be Sutton for me as well. If you have to.
If you have to. If you don't have to, I would not. I would pick one of those.
Yeah. Big Truz again. Pick 2, Amari, Puka, Hollywood, or pick someone up like Tutu, Flowers, or Tank Dell. Woo.
Oh, Oh, I would pick up Tank Dell if he's available. Absolutely. And then
I would go Puka and Tank Dell.
Yep.
Chargers or Bucks, two of the same questions back to back. That's going to be the Bucks defense for both of us. JR, Purdy, Fields, or Stroud.
Now or never. Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's God.
If he doesn't do it this week, just go ahead and drop him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would still go Fields here with the matchup, but man, like you said, if he doesn't do it this week, fire him into the sun. Sanders or Judy in a standard league. I'm going to go Miles on that one.
Sanders, yep.
Ashton rocking with us. Start one in a tight end premium full point. Hunter Henry or Chark?
Henry.
I'll go Henry in a tight end premium if he's going to get a. Ashton, is this a full point on top of like a full PPR, or is this going from? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, yeah, for me it would matter if it was 1.5 points for a catch versus 2. But either way, it's still going to be Henry. I'm just curious, or if it's going from a half point to a full point. If we're only going from a half point to a full point, I think I would take the swing on Chark. But if it's a full point extra over the half or 1, I'll go Hunter Henry.
I agree.
Debro, Tutu's on waivers, said you liked Lockett and Nico. Would you start Tutu over Nico in the flex?
I would this week. I think the Rams smash. I think this has Stafford 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns written all over it.
I'm with you. So what you're saying is I should switch from my Richardson stack and DFS.
No, you can still play Richardson. I just think that game is going to be the exciting one to watch. And I think Stafford has a big day.
Yeah, I like that game as well. I think the Steelers Texans is also a little sneaky. Isaac, Lamar or Stroud, low scoring game for Ravens.
Stroud.
Yeah, Cleveland's defense is legit.
They're legit, and Baltimore's got a ton of issues, like with injuries.
Yeah. Yep. I have a Lamar versus Cousins scenario in one of my dynasty leagues, and I'm going Cousins over Lamar. So
I like it.
Killer Quicks over on Twitch. So I start DTR or Tannehill on my super flex, or just go with Achane?
I'd play DTR.
Yeah, he has some rushing upside. So I'm with you. I'll go DTR here. Herbert, Kelly, or Palmer PPR in the flex. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Isaac, for rocking with us.
Oh, man, it's similar to Fields, right? Like, if Kelly's going to ever do it, it would be this game. Yeah. But it's really hard to trust him after the last 2 weeks. I would go Palmer.
Yeah, I'll go safe here and go Palmer. Like you said, this could absolutely be the week where we see Kelly go off for 20. But I'm with you. I'm going to go Palmer. Truz, let us know who you would potentially be dropping. I don't mind adding Jacoby, especially if that defense is going to continue to be as poor as it is. It's going to be Jacoby and Devontae Adams. Like that target share is pretty concentrated. So, but just let us know who you'd be potentially dropping to pick up Jacoby. ET, good morning to you. Thanks for rocking with us. If you're new to the channel, first timer, please hit us with a like and a sub if you have yet to do so. Palmer or Achane?
Palmer.
Palmer for me as well. Jay Rosa, hey TFA, who should I start at QB, Tua or Burrow?
Tua.
Yeah, Tua for me as well. I have 2 flexes where I'm starting Tank Dell. Flex, who should I start in the second slot in full PPR? B-Rob, Addison, Judy, or Air Bear?
Addison.
Going Addison there as well. Castillo, Mims, Rice, Murray, or Higbee in the flex.
Mims.
Yep. Just when I have a group like that, I'm just going to swing for the fences. So I'm going to go Mims. And hopefully they start running Mims more than fucking 10 routes a game.
It sounds like they are. It sounds like this week's the week.
Ertz, Logan Thomas, or Juwan Johnson?
LT.
Yeah, it's going to be Thomas for me as well. Truth. Need a flex. Judy, Evans, Rashad White.
Big Mike. He is matched up with Lattimore, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm going to go Judy.
I think I'd still go Big Mike.
Yeah, it's close between Judy and Evans. I'm gonna go Judy. Sorry, we can't. Maybe the chat can help you out there. Truth, break the tie here. Judy or Evans for Truth Teller. TX, which two between Zay, Pickens, Javonte, or Garrett Wilson in a half PPR? I'm gonna go Pickens and Javonte.
Pickens and Javonte. Yep, exactly.
Michael Brown, pick a flex. Lockett, Addison, Flowers, Achane, Wilson in a PPR.
Lockett.
Pop lock and drop it. Lock it. I'm with you. Was that on the wedding playlist?
Actually, that was not. It played No Hands though.
Which two between Addison, Garrett Wilson, Ford, or Godwin? I'm going Addison and Ford on that one.
I'll go Addison and Godwin.
I wish that Tampa would just start throwing him in the slot more. Godwin has not been getting the slot involvement that he saw last year, and I don't get it. Like last week, I thought that was going to be a better Godwin game. It wasn't. And, kind of Kev said he liked Godwin this week, but he just hasn't been playing. It's like a 70-30 type of split between him going outside to inside. So I think it should be Godwin. I think Baker sees pressure, and we saw what happened to him last week. So it would be Ford for me, but Godwin would be the next in line. Garrett Wilson, I can't fuck with.
Nah.
Stafford, Pickett, Baker, Howell, or Mack?
Stafford.
Yep. Stafford for me as well. Truth needs another flex. I have Tank Dell right now, but Thomas and Pickens on the bench. Should I leave it? Yes. Leave Tank Dell in there.
Yep.
This is going to be Javonte for both of us, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Throwing in Achane. He's still going Javonte?
Still Javonte. Yep.
Gator, would you feel confident playing the Seattle defense for the Giants, or would you veer to New England or Indy?
Yeesh. Probably you just would stick with Seattle.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, but not Indy. That's for sure.
Yeah, not Indy. If the New England game was in New England, I'd probably say them, but since it's in Dallas, so let's go Seattle against the Giants.
Which two between Javonte, Kyron, Ford, and Achane in a half PPR?
Javonte and Kyron.
Yep. JR, appreciate you. Thanks for rocking with us. CC Sharks. God. Ravens or Bengals D?
Ravens.
I'm going to go Bengals against.
They're both good. They're both fine.
Yeah. Maybe I'm also just saying Bengals because I did throw them in a lineup to try and get off of try and get off the Browns because I feel like the Browns are going to be incredibly popular this week. And then Jerome Ford or Dameon Pierce. It's an interesting one.
This is an interesting one. I kind of lean Pierce. I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know with DTR, how much pass game usage is Ford going to get? Is DTR going to chuck it down, or is he going to take off and run? Or I don't know. With these scrambling QBs, it definitely impacts the checkdowns. I'll go Pierce. It's a good rushing matchup for Pierce against Pittsburgh.
And I do think that they keep this one close. So it's so frustrating with Pierce, man. You know, we were getting 80% snap shares, you know, all the third
Yeah.
down work, and then like, oh wait, never mind. We're not going to do that now. Singletary is the way we should go.
Yeah.
Just so mind blowing. But yeah, I think they keep this one close. So I'll go Pierce here. That's a good point about DTR potentially taking off, and if they stack the box against him as well, it could make
Yeah.
life a little harder on Ford. Although the matchup doesn't concern me too much. 0.7 for a tight end from full PPR. Okay, so 1.75. So of course it's in the it's
right in the middle of between half and full. That's hilarious.
Good. We did not have that scenario.
That was not on the
there.
bingo card.
No.
I still go Henry over Chark, I think.
Yeah, I'll go Henry over Chark. I did hear shit, I can't remember which. I was listening to a DFS podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but there was an interesting nugget that Bryce Young's ADOT actually gets higher against blitzes than when he does not face a blitz. I can't remember exactly what it was, but like that, basically saying that it would go toward Chark in this type of matchup because the Vikings are just bringing the fucking house on like 70% of the snaps
and not getting home.
Yeah, which is just a ridiculous rate. So I think there is some interest in Chark, but at 1.75, I'll go Hunter Henry. So I guess that also comes down to like Ashton, if you just need to swing for the fences, maybe you just put in Chark and just know that like his floor is 4 points, but Hunter Henry being the safer one, but he kind of has to find the end zone for you to really go off. So that's how I would play
like
that.
if the guy you're playing had David Montgomery on Thursday, you probably want to play Chark there.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Brown, in a 10-team league, I have to drop someone for a kicker. Who'd you drop? Achane, Wilson, Brees, or Waller? Man. I mean, if you have another solid tight end, I guess it would be Waller. I don't want to drop Brees. I know Wilson sucks right now with Zach Wilson at the helm. I'm not dropping Achane. Waller would be the only one. So if you have in a 10-team league, that's where I would go. Assuming you have someone like Laporta or another solid tight end there. Porter, do I get DTR, drop Chargers D, and if that's the case, Mac Jones or DTR?
DTR. Yeah, if you have a second defense, I absolutely would drop the second defense for DTR.
Yeah.
Play him over Mac Jones.
Killer Quicks, do we think Keaton, my God, I cannot read this morning. Do you think Keaton Mitchell is worth a stash? I mean, I think it depends on your bench space. Like, I don't really know what to do with a 180-pound running back. You know what I mean? Who like really only has like, you know, he tore it up, but it was against subpar competition where he did. You know, he did have some splash plays in the preseason, so I think he could be worth a stash. But like I said, like it depends on who you'd be dropping him for, what kind of bench space that you have. Ashton, let me slide back up here. No, we're still going to go Stafford over DTR.
Stafford for sure.
Another one here from Noel, Godwin or Ramondre in the flex.
Godwin.
Yeah, I'll go Godwin here. It doesn't really have anything to do with Zeke getting starter reps, which I just like why.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? And like what that could also mean is that he just comes out, he's like the starter for, you know, going up against the Cowboys, like the first drive, you know what I mean? The first series they come out, he's, you know, he gets the starter reps, but then it just goes back to Ramondre. Chip, Doug, PPR on flex, Ford, Davis, or Palmer?
Davis. It's the first Gabe Davis question we've had.
It is the first one. Yeah, I'll go with the total there. Terry coming through with the super chat. Appreciate you, Terry, Everett, or Goddard in a half PPR.
I actually think Everett gets a boost with no Mike Williams, so I'll actually go Everett here.
We're not going to be of any help, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go Goddard here, just so like I could see that scenario happening, but I could also just see Donald Parham getting 2 touchdowns again.
Yeah, which he has been doing every week.
Taking it away from Everett. So I'm going to go Goddard there. And then pick 2. Hopefully, we can come to a consensus on this one for you, Terry. Debo, Puka, James Cook.
So there's an interesting thing with Elijah Mitchell being inactive. Typically, what they do is Debo ends up being the RB2 in that situation, and so he gets less pass game usage. So I'll actually go Puka and James Cook here.
Okay, I can get behind that. I was worried you were going to say Debo because I was looking at James Cook as well. I was like, man, we're not going to.
Yeah, I get worried when Elijah Mitchell doesn't play about Debo because they just give him 8 carries and then he only sees like 2 targets, and they use Ayuk and Kittle in the pass game instead.
And I talked about earlier about Debo being banged up, has 2 injuries, DNP all week, and then the matchup. Like, do they really need to do that to him? You know what I mean? So Puka and Cook for me. Good luck to you, Terry. Thanks again for the super chat. Twitch, we see you. We're getting through these questions as quick as we can. CSB, pick 2 in a PPR. Stevenson, Madison, Mostert.
Oh, Madison, Mostert.
Is Akers active for this one?
It's a good question. I would assume so.
So the only thing I'm not seeing anything set in stone, but there is a little snippet from CBS that says O'Connell plans to have Akers active for Sunday's game. I still want to go Madison there, though.
Yeah, Cam Akers will make his debut today. He's active.
Okay. I still want to go Madison.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Madison Mostert.
Yep, I agree.
AK, Ford, Kelly, White, Pacheco, full PPR. We need 2.
Ugh. I actually will go Kelly and White on this one. Man, it feels bad not playing Ford, but I just don't know what that's going to look like with DTR.
I'm going to go Ford and Kelly.
I'm good with that.
Just do not like that matchup for
Pacheco.
Rashad White, and or Pacheco either. And White has just not been good outside of.
I'm good with Ford and Kelly. Yeah.
Kelly, Warren, Dotson, Cook, or Mims.
If that's James Cook. If that's Dalvin, then I will say
Mims. Sushi, Lamar or Purdy?
Purdy.
Yeah, I think you go Purdy here and just hope that the touchdowns don't come on the ground.
Yeah, I'm much more confident in the 49ers putting up points today than I am Baltimore.
Yeah. Fields or Burrow? I'm going to go Burrow on this one.
I'm going to go Fields.
Sorry, we couldn't help you there, Porter. With the matchup, I mean, not that Fields has a bad matchup, but Burrow's matchup is really good. He was taken off the injury report, which could just pop up again. He could be dealing with the calf injury. It kind of seems like someone's going to be dealing with for probably the rest of the season, to be honest.
That's what I think.
But going up against the Titans, the thing I liked seeing last week was once realizing that Burrow wasn't getting anything going, they started moving Chase around. They put him in the slot. Again, this is from a DFS podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but Chase played the most snaps from the slot that he has since week 1 of last year. So
yeah, they definitely utilized Chase completely differently last week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Burrow there, especially with between Fields and Burrow. Just give me Burrow. We already got this one. Fuck yeah, Mike. So let's drop. Was that the drop question? I think.
That was the drop question.
Yeah. Yep. Drop Waller.
Yep.
Richie Rich, Pickens, Dell, or Achan. We need 2.
Pickens, Dell.
Yeah. I'm just a Steelers hater from outside of Pittsburgh. That was my team growing up, and I was feeling good about them this season, and this is what they do to me. So I have a blind spot. I am the Homer hater for the Steelers, but I do like this matchup for Pickens. So yeah, I don't want to chase the points. Pickens and down. Alex, Williams or Andrews in the flex?
Javonte.
God. I'm with you, and I hate it.
I agree. It's not a fun place to be.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers in his props this week has a higher over-under than Mark Andrews does.
Yeah, Andrews had one of the 2 games against Cleveland last year. Andrews went 0-0-0.
Wow.
0 catches, 0 reception, or 0 catches, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Dale, Kelly, or Pierce?
I'll go Kelly on this one.
If there's going to be a week,
Yep.
It will be this week. So Kelly for me as well. Yeah, Mike, we're dropping.
Yep,
we're dropping Waller. In Laporta, we trust, baby. It feels good seeing like one of my hot takes already coming to fruition for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, Laporte is a beast. He is absolutely smashing.
Wilson, Godwin, Ramondre, Addison, Pierce in a half PPR. We need 1.
Let's go. Let's go Addison.
Addison.
Yep.
Another one from Sushi, Lamar or Purdy.
Purdy.
Already answered that one from someone else. That is going to be Purdy. DK or Thielen?
DK.
I'm going to go DK as well. It feels gross saying it, but if it were Dalton, I might say Thielen.
Yep.
Lost my spot. Here we go. Njoku or Logan Thomas?
Logan Thomas.
Yep. I'm going to go Logan Thomas on that one as well. Kyron, Miles, or T? We need 1 here.
Kyron.
Man, I want to say T. I'm going to go T. Higgins on this one. I like it for
I do like T.
Spot. Kyron would be second. Miles would be third for me. Ashton, you are the best. Appreciate you rocking with us always. Javier, Deshaun is out. Do I stick with Cooper, Nico, Pickens, full PPR? I would go if we just need 1 here, Javier. I would go Nico over Cooper. But if this is your lineup, let us know who you might be able to throw in over Cooper. I still think he'll be okay. I think DTR is actually fine as a replacement. Ravens are banged up in the secondary as well. But Javier, let us know what your, if we're just picking one here, it's Nico. But if this is who you're starting already, let us know if there's anyone else that we could switch out for Coop. Our man Tam. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to you, Tam. Please pick one. D. Broncos, Browns, Bengals. Killer bees here.
Browns.
Yeah, going Browns here. That defense is playing really well. Derek Dortch, Herbert, or Brian Robinson?
Ugh.
I'll
I'd
go
say
Herbert here.
I'd say B-Rob, but the matchup's awful, so I'll go Herbert.
And the crazy thing is even when they're getting destroyed, it's still Brian Robinson, except he's just not getting involved. Like
Yeah.
Gibson is just on a fucking milk carton. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's just
Yeah.
he's just not getting any
Yeah,
run.
Sam Howell likes
So
to chuck it deep. He likes to
Herbert
spin.
there for both of us. Javonte Stevenson, Achane or Ford.
Javonte.
God, this is what shaping up to be one of those weeks where if Javonte doesn't hit, we're gonna look bad. But I'm gonna go Javonte. I'm with you. Ford or Pacheco.
Ford.
Then Alexis is throwing Ford into the mix here as well.
It's still Kyron for me with T. Higgins a close second.
And it would be still
flipped, yeah.
Yeah.
T with a Kyron close second for you. Yeah.
Yep. Kyron, Cook, or Dell. Oh boy.
Oh man. It's nice to be Derek.
Yes, this is
a good problem to have. I will go Kyron. And I have
I'm gonna go Kyron. I'm gonna go Kyron here.
I've got Tank a very close second.
Yep. Same with me. But the usage is there. Like you said, the matchup is also there.
Kyron literally does not come off the field. He plays 100% of the snaps.
And if Stafford can actually find him in this game, Williams did have a boatload of targets last week. They just didn't materialize.
Yep. Yeah, I think Kyron can have a really big week.
Yeah. And I think there is a scenario where Tank Dell, where Tank Dell is just like 5 for 50. You know what I mean? It doesn't completely go off in this one. So I'm with you. Let's go Kyron Williams there. Castillo with another one. McKinnon or Mims?
Mims.
I'm gonna go Mims here. I do like McKinnon in this spot because of the Jets defense. I think there's a scenario where we could see, one of these weeks where McKinnon gets 6 targets and that like they kind of just use him in the run game instead of Pacheco. But the matchup's just too nice for Mims. And if he's going to be more involved this week, that's even better. Nick Hoops over on Twitch, Debo or Mike Thomas?
This is closer than it should be.
Yeah, I will go Debo on this one for all the negatives that you were saying with Eli being out. I do want Debo here. It's not a great matchup.
He can still get a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. Cousins or Jackson?
Cousins.
Yep. Like I said, I have this same scenario in one of my dynasty leagues, and I am going Cousins. Mini J, full PPR pick 3. Mixon, Kyron, Achane, Cook, and Kamara.
Kyron, Cook, Kamara.
Oh. I'm going to go Kyron, Cook, and Achane. Yeah. Just not in love with the matchup for Kamara. I know Swift obviously crushed in this matchup last week, but first game back for Kamara, he wasn't dealing with an injury, so it's not like he's coming off, IR or anything, but I'm going to go Achane in this one. But I would play Kamara over Mixon, if that helps me.
Yeah, Mixon's definitely last on that list.
Yeah. I took his under on his rushing at 52.5 yards. Flowers, Khalil, Roshan, or Quentin. First Quentin Johnson question.
I'm good with Quentin here.
Yeah, I'll take the shot on Quentin Johnson in this one. Jacobs or DJ Moore?
Jacobs.
I'm going to go Jacobs as well. DK or Thielen?
DK.
What are our thoughts on Cam Akers? The Trace drafted him high. Just yeah, I mean, I think there is a scenario where Akers ends up being. I don't think he's going to ever just be like the guy. I still think Madison's going to be involved, but I do think there's a scenario where he ends up being the 1A in this backfield.
Yeah, I don't think it's today though.
Yeah, not today, but I do think there is some hope in this high-powered offense. An okay offensive line. So I think there is a scenario where he ends up being like the 60-40 type back here. But like you said, I don't think it's going to be this week. Sushi, start 2 in a PPR. Jacobs, Mostert, Michael Thomas.
Jacobs, Mostert.
Yep. Ciego, Pat's RB, or Ford?
Stevenson.
I'm going to go Ford on this one.
Sorry, Ciego.
Yeah,
Flip a coin,
we're split on that one. And basically, I'm just going Ford for the. I think he sees more work than Stevenson, and if the Cowboys jump out to a lead, I don't know, that offense just doesn't do it for me. Truth, I asked earlier this week about getting Anthony Richardson because I have Fields right now. You guys still dropping Akers for him or Hunt? Those are the only two guys I have worth dropping on my bench.
I would drop Hunt for A-Rich.
Yeah, and I would play Richardson over Fields.
Yes, that I would do.
Shizutu, Waller with 1.5 PPR or Mike Evans?
Waller.
We'll go Waller there, and then Brees or Sanders. I will go Sanders.
Sanders.
Ramondre or Ford. Obviously, we are split on that one, CB. Fields or Lamar? Oh.
Fields.
I'll go Fields, too. It feels really bad, Maddie, that we have basically been passing on Lamar Jackson this whole time. So between him and Javonte, this is like I'm already not feeling great about some of the things we've said so far.
Yeah, it's just, dude, that matchup with Cleveland is awful.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like Lamar has looked great.
No, he hasn't.
Up to this
and like Fields has been bad, but he's still getting 15 fantasy points. So like his bad is like still like okay.
Yeah.
And we know Fields is upside.
Aaron White, choose 2 in a PPR. Myers, Ayuk, Ramondre, and Lockett.
Ayuk and Lockett.
Yep, I'm with you. Thoughts on Gibbs? Does he take off this season?
As long as Monty's healthy, they're going to continue to use him. It's the same scenario as Swift and Jamal last year. For whatever reason, they just don't. They like using the between the tackles guy. That's a big, big guy like Montgomery or Jamal, and they tend to not run the more explosive guys a ton, which doesn't really make sense. And also, why use a first round draft pick to quote unquote save him? Like that's what you drafted him for, is to play him, especially considering he's a running back. So you need to use him early while he's still got fresh legs. I don't get the usage personally.
Not only a first round draft pick, a top 15.
Yeah, it's freaking 12th.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a scenario where you'll feel better about Gibbs if you can put them in a situation where they're trailing.
Yeah.
Right. But I think if they're playing from ahead, like we saw on Thursday night, it's going to be David Montgomery.
Yep.
That's just. It is what it is.
But if Monty does get hurt or whatever, Gibbs automatically becomes a top 10 running back, because we saw last week he got 18 carries.
It's just so weird that's what they did too. Like if you would have said like, hey, he's gonna get 18 opportunities, you're like, oh, okay, so like that's pretty sick. What, he has 12 carries and 6 targets? Yeah. No, just carries.
18 carries, yeah.
Just carries. So it's really weird the way that they're using him, but I do think there are better days ahead. I think he makes for an interesting buy low.
Agree. Because you don't have to give up much for him right now. And
Yeah, 'cause
like I
you have
said, if Monty goes down, you now have a top 10 running back,
yeah.
weekly top 10 running back.
Purdy or Fields in a 4-point league.
Oh man, this one's actually tough.
I'll go Fields here.
I'll go Fields with you. I'm not going to leave you on an island.
Thanks, man.
Let's go Fields. Together, we ride.
I do like the spot that Purdy's in, but again, in this matchup, this could just be a thing where Debo gets a rushing touchdown, CMC has 2, and then they just park the bus.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think that's a scenario you could see playing out, or Purdy just has like 250 and 1, and it's still not a great day, and
Right.
Fields, has 100 rushing yards.
Yep.
So like it's then he ends up, has a worse passing day, but still like it's what we saw with Fields last year, right? Getting 120 passing yards in a fucking game, still putting up 35 points and just breaking necks.
It literally takes Fields one play to pay off. It's a 60-yard rushing touchdown. All of a sudden, he's gonna hit the 100-yard mark. He's got a rushing touchdown. It literally is just one play for Fields. Purdy has to put together consistently an entire game. So
yeah,
I'll go. Yeah, I'm good with Fields.
Javonte or Rachaad White. This is going to be Javonte for me.
Javonte. Also, not sure if this impacts you with anything, but Mingo is inactive for Carolina with a concussion.
Okay. So I think it just makes it clear that it's Chark and Thielen.
Yep.
And maybe a sprinkling of Terrace Marshall. He has been getting some run whenever Mingo's gone out, but I don't think that's a spot where, for redraft purposes anyway, that we need to get to.
Yeah.
Full blown, Zay or Tank Dell at the flex?
Tank.
Tank Dell for me as well. I'm going to go ahead and get the Discord link. We're caught up this week, Maddie. We're not trying to rifle through 30 questions at the end. I'm going to grab a link here for the Discord. If there's any other straggling questions you guys want to get in, go ahead and drop them in now. There is the link to the Discord. So if you guys have any other questions, you can go ahead and join our Discord. Absolutely free, no strings attached, nothing is behind a paywall or anything like that. We don't have any premium channels. So any questions that are still left over, you guys can also drop comments on the YouTube channel. On any of our YouTube videos, but I'll probably be able to see them better in the Discord channel if you guys want to jump in. Tank or Jacoby? I'm going to go Tank on that one.
Tank.
Would you start both McCaffrey and Purdy, or would you not stack? I think they're fine to stack.
They're fine together. Yep.
This week, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all the touchdown equity on that one. Is Wilson still a every week starter? Absolutely not.
No. Man, I was so excited for him with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. I mean, it depends, unless you went some type of hero wide receiver build, where you took Wilson first and then just waited. I guess like there's a scenario where he could be an every week starter for you, but if you were able to work the waiver wire and you were getting guys like Puka and Tank Dell, I'm starting them every week over Wilson.
Yeah.
TN
the GOAT.
The OG. Appreciate you. First day of Brocktober. That's Brocktober. Right, man. Maybe we should have been benching Brock. I forgot about Brocktober and how good he is in this month. So TN, hope you're doing well. Let us know if you have any questions we can help you out with. Another question here from CB. Do you think it's worth getting Jameson Williams on the Lions in a half PPR?
I do.
Yeah. I think he's definitely worth a stash. Obviously
I wouldn't just drop anybody for him.
Yeah. CB, let us know who you have on your bench you might be able to drop him for. Connor, I will grab those questions once we hop off here. With Jameson Williams, obviously it hasn't been a great start, and then we didn't hear great things about him in the preseason either. With throughout training camp with dealing with some drop issues and things of that nature, and they had Reynolds has been playing well in that field stretcher type role. So
Mhm.
he's still worth a stash, because if he gets together, he's obviously a more explosive guy than Josh Reynolds is. So he could be Josh Reynolds plus, but obviously he has to put it together. But it's definitely worth a stash. Gainwell, Flowers, or London.
The only one of that group that I'd drop for him would be Gainwell, and I don't even feel great about doing that.
Yeah.
So
CB, what I would try and do is maybe you could package up and do like a 2-for-1 and open up a spot that way. I don't know if London has been doing anything in this game.
he caught a touchdown.
Obviously, there you go. Sell high. Get rid of London. I would try and do a 2-for-1 versus dropping anyone. I don't want to drop Flowers. I know Swift is taking off, but that dude has been constantly banged up throughout his career. So I don't want to drop Gainwell either. So I would see if you could package, London, Gainwell, London, and Flowers, open up a spot that way. See if you could do something like that. I don't want to outright drop any of those guys, unless you're stacked at running back. If you're stacked at running back, I think you could drop Gainwell. But he's still a lottery ticket that I would like to hold on to. Let's see. Killer Quicks over on Twitch. Greg Wilson's on my bench. Greg Wilson, my bench is thin with Boyd and Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson on IR.
Yeah, in that scenario, I mean, with Christian Watson back, I mean, Reed's still going to be the slot receiver there for Green Bay. It's just going to be matchup based for those guys. Like I would probably go. Man,
I mean, you're still starting Wilson over Tyler Boyd.
Yeah,
but you're literally praying for the type of game he had against Dallas, where he caught a 68-yard touchdown. Like,
I mean, he's good
like,
enough.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good enough to where he can definitely still put up production. It's just not going to be 100 yards and a touchdown most games.
Yeah. And the Jets, to also be fair, they haven't exactly had an easy schedule against defenses. So if that gets a little bit easier for him, you could feel a little bit better about Garrett Wilson. But in this scenario, with the bench players that you have, CB probably are rolling him out, and you're praying for a broken play. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately that's the spot that we are. Or Simeon comes in and he's just, at least keeps the offense on schedule more so than, because he could be an upgrade. He could be an upgrade. JR, drop Pitts, Patty Fry, or Hollywood Brown for Jameson Williams.
I would drop Pitts, assuming he's your second tight end, and he's not a very utilized one at that. Yeah. I always side with having one QB and one defense, and then most of the time one tight end as well if I can, because then you just load up on depth at running back and receiver.
Yeah,
to help you with in case of injuries or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not dropping Hollywood Brown. I mean, he's going to be a hit or miss type of guy, but I don't think he's droppable. JR, that's the same type of situation. Maybe try and make a 2-for-1 type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be someone in your league that's at least semi-interested with Pitts, and if you package him with someone else to open up a roster spot. But out of that group, it would be Pitts that you're dropping, which is fucking insane to say.
Yeah.
Just absolutely insane to say that that's who we would be dropping. But if you had to, it would be Pitts. But I would try and do a 2-for-1 and open up a roster spot that way. Not good at fantasy pick.
John, I was just going to say, looking at the box score right now, Jonnu's leading the Falcons in receiving yards today. He's got 4 catches for 67 yards. Pitts has 2 for 21. So it's like, even when they do throw, he's not one of the guys they're using.
That is so frustrating.
Atlanta should trade Pitts to Dallas.
Atlanta should trade for Kyler Murray and then just get rid of fake ass Arthur Smith. Like, how do you? I don't know. Could you imagine if they just had a solid quarterback to drop in there? Like
They'd
that is
actually,
a really interesting team.
yep.
Really
There's
interesting.
a lot of talent on offense there.
Stacked. London, Pitts, and Bijan.
Yeah.
If
Bijan's over 100 yards today.
Total or
14 carries, 105 rushing yards, 5 catches for 32 receiving yards. So he's averaging 7.5 yards a carry.
golly.
He's a beast. Ritter's turned 2 picks. God,
Yeah,
Ritter sucks.
Yeah.
Mitter.
Heineke is going to be a popular ad in Superflex leagues this this week. Where are we at here? Pickens or Javonte PPR?
Javonte.
Tucker or Bass?
Bass.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bass there as well. Addison, Connor, Wilson, pick one.
Addison.
Addison for me as well. Chargers or Pats D?
Chargers.
I'm going to take the Patriots on that one. I get why you would go with the Chargers. That defense has been bad, and now probably going to be without Bosa and Derwin James.
Yeah.
We have, like we saw last year, Dak leading the league in interceptions, so he can be gotten to. No Tyron Smith on the offensive line either, so I'll go Pats D there. I think they probably have a better shot at a turnover. That's the way I would go. Priceless Pigeon. Love that name. Hunter Henry or Higbee? I'm going to go Hunter Henry.
Yeah. I love the Rams today, but Higbee's dealing with that Achilles injury. He's active and he's playing, but I don't know. He makes me a little nervous.
Yeah. Andrea, need one. Gus, Akers, Breida, Tyjae Spears, and a half PPR.
Rough times, Andrea. I guess Gus. No, probably Breida. Probably Breida. Yeah.
I'm going Breida as well.
Yeah, let's go Breida.
The Brew. Should I keep my Bills defense or switch to the Seahawks?
I'm good with the Seahawks against Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go Seahawks as well. Tua has only taken, one sack?
Yeah, Tua doesn't get sacked ever.
Isaiah, Lamar, or Kirk?
Kirk.
It's going to be Kirk for us. Obviously, you didn't catch it, but I have the same situation, Isaiah, and I'm going Kirk Cousins as well. Should I low-key bench Derek? It depends on your options. But I think he's in that scenario, especially, we've seen the Titans, which we haven't seen from them before, just be willing to not play Derrick Henry if they're trailing, and you would assume that they would be trailing in this matchup against Burrow and just kind of being able to light up that secondary. So, Isaiah, what other options do you have at running back? Let us know there. How likely is it that they bench Ritter and go to Heineke? 50-50, especially with how bad that he's playing.
Yeah. I mean, Heineke's deal isn't small from what I remember. Like didn't he sign a deal that in the offseason that was made you think that he could end up being the starting quarterback? And I mean, Heineke's also looked good in his limited time.
Yeah, I kind of thought that without even knowing what the contract is. 2 years, $14 million with 6.3 guaranteed.
Yeah, so $14 million, that's not peanuts.
No. And Ritter's a second round, third. Where was he even? I can't even remember.
I don't remember.
Was Ritter the Pickett year too?
Yes.
Or was he? So, yeah, he might not even been.
He was a rookie
until day 3.
Yeah, he was a rookie last year, and Pickett was as well.
Where was Ritter drafted?
I think it was
Third
round
round.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, 74th overall. So yeah, basically saying like there's no allegiance to Ritter either,
Right.
and I think if they believe that Heineke gives them the better chance, and I think he does. Like I think Heineke is. I really like Heineke as a backup. Like if you're a fan of a team, if you have Tyler Heineke as a backup, you're like, okay, if my guy goes down, at least Heineke can get us through a couple of weeks. Young, Collins, or Evans. I'm going to go Nico on that one.
Nico.
Andrea, should I play Debo even though he didn't practice all week? Seems like he's going to be good to go. Andrea, what other options do you have? We'll kind of wait on those. We are all caught up. Trying to see if any other news came through. %90 of the bets on the Chiefs -8.5.
Oh God, what could go wrong?
82 on the Jags at -3, 81% on the Vikings, 79% on the Chargers on the spread, 78% on the Bengals at -2.5. That one makes sense to me though.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else that came through. Chiefs Jets is also one of the most bet games. Chiefs one of the most bet teams.
Looks like Andrea's got Rashee Rice or Shaheed as her non-Debo options.
Debo.
Yeah, I go with Debo there.
Augie, who do I start with the flex? Pickens, Dell, or Scary Terry?
Tank
Dell, we ride, baby. Ken, Jacobs, Cook, Pacheco, Kamara, pick 2.
The first 2, Jacobs and Cook.
Yep. Do I keep Gibson on the bench or drop him for Zeke?
I wouldn't have either of those guys.
I mean, I guess I would. Oh, God. Do I actually want Zeke over Gibson?
No.
Because I feel like even if Brian Robinson gets hurt, they're gonna mix in like Chris Rodriguez. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like it's not gonna be the Gibson show. Oh God. I mean, jeez. I guess it's Zeke. My God, I can't believe in the year 2023 I'm saying that, but Zeke. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Zeke over Gibson at this point. Like I feel like if Stevenson goes down, at least you know Zeke is going to get the touches. Can't say the same about Gibson.
Yeah. Sure.
Andrew, I appreciate you rocking with us. A couple more questions here on Twitch. We feeling Dell, Godwin, or more for the flex is going to be Tank Dell.
Tank Dell.
Augie again, Mostert, Javonte, or Cook. Oh boy, for your RB2.
James Cook.
Man. Augie, can we get one of these guys into the flex? Man.
Yeah, who you got a receiver? You're chilling. RB2.
Yeah. Man. It's really close to me between Cook and Mostert. The thing that sucks about James Cook is if they get into like inside the 10 or the 5, Cook is just coming out. Like it's
right.
Murray just gets put in.
He can still score from 20.
Yes, 100%. Man. Augie, let us know before I make my final call. Let us know if we can start Cook and Mostert. I want both of those guys in my lineup. Pick 2 here for Ken: Hopkins, McLaurin, Kelly, Thomas, Hunt, Edwards-Helaire, Myers, Atwell. PPR and half point per carry.
Kelly,
Two.
and Tutu Atwell.
Yep, I'm with you. And this is why. Olave, St.
Jesus.
Brown, and Puka.
Good for you, Augie. Good for
Yes.
you, buddy.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to take. I mean, would you consider taking Olave out with Carr and the injury that he has?
No.
No. So you're going to force me to?
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to go Mostert.
I'm good with it.
That is,
yeah, I'm good with it.
That is so close, though. Only for the reasons that I said. Like, if he's going to score, it basically has to be from 20 yards out. So, man. Good luck, Augie. That is, man, that's rough. Good problem to have, but that's tough. The real MVP, Evans or Judy, full PPR?
Judy.
Yeah, I'm going to go Judy as well. So it looks like we are all caught up. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Discord link again. We're going to jump out of here a little bit early today. I appreciate all you for rocking with us. Any other questions, like I said, jump into the Discord and I'll help you guys out over there. Good luck in week 4. Hope you all rack up some dubs. Please hit us with a like and a sub if you have yet to do so. And we'll be live again tonight at the halftime of the Sunday night games looking at week 5 waivers. Good luck, and we will talk to you soon.